Strange and dark, mysterious stories.
Before you continue, take a moment, look around you, make sure nothing feels out of place. Because after this, you might start noticing things that you wish you hadn't. The first story is called The Camera That Moves. A man had recently installed cameras inside his house. Not outside. Inside. He told himself it was for safety, but the truth was, he always had the feeling that something was wrong. Something he couldn't explain. At first, everything seemed normal. Every night before going to sleep, he would check the cameras. Living room, kitchen, hallway, bedroom. Nothing unusual, just empty rooms, silence, stillness. But one night, he woke up suddenly, no sound, no nightmare. Just a feeling, a heavy feeling, like someone was watching him. He sat up slowly, his heart already beating faster. He grabbed his phone, opened the camera app. Everything looked normal. Until he checked the hallway camera, something was off. The angle was different, slightly tilted, like someone had moved it. He frowned, zoomed in. Nothing, just darkness. He told himself it was nothing, a glitch. He turned off the screen. But seconds later, he opened it again and froze. There was something there, at the end of the hallway. A figure, completely still, not moving, not breathing, just standing there, watching. His heart started racing immediately. He sat up in bed, listening. The house was silent. Too silent. He checked again. The figure hadn't moved, but somehow it looked closer. Not walking, not stepping, just closer. Like distance didn't matter. He slowly got out of bed. Every movement careful, every step slow. He opened his bedroom door, looked into the hallway. Nothing. Empty. Completely empty. He stepped forward, checked every corner. Nothing. No one. No sound. He went back to his room, locked the door, sat on the bed, hands shaking. He looked at the camera again. And this time, the hallway was empty. He exhaled. Relief. But then, he checked the bedroom camera, and his blood ran cold. Because on the screen, he could see himself, sitting on the bed, looking at his phone. And behind him, something standing in the corner, not moving, just watching. And slowly, the camera angle shifted, by itself. The second story is called The Voice That Knew Too Much. A woman lived alone, or at least, she thought she did. The house was old, quiet, the kind of place where sounds travel, but nothing ever felt wrong. Until one night, she heard something. A voice. Upstairs. At first, she thought it was outside, maybe neighbors, maybe the wind. But then she listened more carefully. The voice was inside her house. She froze. Every muscle in her body locked. The voice was soft, whispering, but she couldn't understand the words. She grabbed her phone, checked the time. 3:11 a.m. Her breathing became shallow, slow, careful. The voice continued, low, almost calm, like someone speaking quietly to themselves. She stood up slowly, walked toward the stairs, each step heavier than the last. The closer she got, the clearer it became. The voice wasn't random, it was speaking in sentences. Slow, controlled, and then she understood it. It was describing something, describing her house, her room, her bed, her movements. Her heart stopped. She took a step back. But then, the voice changed. It stopped describing and started calling her name, soft, repeated, again and again, like it knew exactly where she was, like it was waiting. Her entire body went cold. She didn't move, didn't go upstairs. She couldn't. Then suddenly, the voice stopped. Complete silence. The kind of silence that feels loud. She stayed there for a long time, too scared to move, too scared to breathe. Eventually, she ran back to her room, locked the door, stayed awake until morning. When sunlight filled the house, she finally went upstairs. Every step felt unreal, like walking into something she didn't want to see. She opened the door slowly. The room was empty, completely empty, but on the wall, written over and over, in shaky lines, was her name, and underneath it, one sentence. I can see you better in the dark. The third story is called Don't Turn Around. A man was sitting alone in his apartment late at night, scrolling through his phone. Everything quiet. Too quiet. Then suddenly, his phone buzzed. A message, unknown number. He opened it and instantly froze. It was a picture of him, taken from behind, in his own room. His heart started racing immediately. He turned around. Nothing. No one, no movement, just silence. He stood up slowly, checked every room, closet, bathroom, kitchen, nothing. He looked back at his phone. Another message, another picture, this time. Closer. Closer to him. His breathing became heavy, uncontrolled. He checked the doors. Locked. Windows. Closed. Everything secure. Then, another message. A third image. So close. It was almost over his shoulder. He dropped the phone, stepped back, his entire body shaking. Then, a final message appeared. Not a picture, just text. I'm not outside. His stomach dropped. His mind went blank. Another message. I'm inside. His heart was beating so loud, he couldn't hear anything else. Then one last message. I'm behind you. He didn't move. Couldn't. Didn't want to confirm it. Didn't want to see it. Seconds passed, or minutes. Time didn't exist anymore. Then suddenly, he felt it. A breath. Warm. Slow. Right behind his neck. He closed his eyes, completely still. And then, very softly, something whispered. Don't turn around. If you made it this far, take a second. Look behind you, just in case. These are three disturbing stories that feel way too real to ignore. And the last one might stay with you longer than you expect. Before we begin, take a moment. Look around you. Make sure you're really alone, because after this, that feeling might change. The first story is called The Voice Upstairs. A man had been living alone in his house for years. It was an old house, 2 floors, wooden stairs that creaked with every step, the kind of place where even silence made noise. But he was used to it. Every sound, every creak, every little movement. It had become normal, predictable, safe. Until one night, something changed. He was sitting in his living room, late, scrolling through his phone. The TV was off. The lights were dim. Everything felt still. Too still. Then, he heard it. A voice. From upstairs. Soft. Barely there. Hello? He froze, completely still. His eyes slowly lifted toward the ceiling, listening. Waiting. The voice came again, slightly clearer this time. Can you come up here? His heart skipped a beat. His breathing slowed. Heavy. Uneven. He stood up slowly, looking toward the stairs. He knew one thing for sure. He lived alone. No one else should be there. He grabbed his phone, turned on the flashlight, and started walking, slowly, carefully, toward the stairs. Each step creaked louder than usual, the sound echoing through the house. The air felt different, colder. He reached the first step, paused, listening. Nothing. Then the second, then the third, and then... The voice spoke again, right above him. You're almost here. He stopped, his body locked, his heart pounding so loud, it felt like it filled the entire house. And then he realized something. The voice sounded like him, exactly like him, same tone, same voice, same breathing. He stepped back immediately, shaking, trying to understand. Then suddenly, footsteps, upstairs, moving, fast, back and forth. As if someone was running, as if something was excited. He turned and ran. Out of the house, didn't lock the door, didn't look back. And to this day, he refuses to go upstairs. Because sometimes, late at night, he still hears it. Calling him. The second story is called The Camera That Shouldn't Exist. A woman had recently moved into a new apartment. Everything seemed perfect. Clean, modern, quiet, almost too perfect. No noise from neighbors, no strange sounds. Just silence. The kind of silence that feels unnatural. One night, she couldn't sleep. She tossed, turned, looked at the ceiling, then grabbed her phone, scrolling, trying to distract herself until she noticed something strange. A new app. Installed. She didn't remember downloading it. The icon was simple, just a small black square. No name, no description. Curious, she tapped it. The screen opened. Black and white, grainy. Like an old security camera. At first, she didn't understand what she was looking at. Then, her stomach dropped. It was her room, her exact room. From above, from a corner, like something was mounted near the ceiling. She immediately looked up. Nothing. No camera, no device, nothing. Her breathing became faster. She looked back at the phone. The feed was still on, showing her, sitting on the bed, holding the phone, watching herself. Then she noticed something. In the corner of the screen, a shadow. moving, slowly, very slowly, behind her. She froze. Her entire body stiff, too scared to turn around, too scared to breathe. The shadow moved closer, closer, then stopped. Right behind her. She could feel something, a presence, heavy, cold, watching. She forced herself to turn, slowly. Her neck stiff, her breath held. Nothing. The room was empty, completely empty. She looked back at the phone, and that's when she saw it. The shadow was still there, standing behind her, but now it wasn't moving. It was staring directly at the camera. And then it tilted its head, slowly, like it noticed her watching. The screen glitched, the image froze, and a message appeared. Clear, centered. "We can see you better from here." Her hands dropped. The phone hit the floor. She ran, barefoot, out of the apartment. Didn't take anything, didn't turn back, and she never returned. But sometimes she still checks her phone. And sometimes that app is still there. The third story is called Don't Fall Asleep. A man had been struggling with sleep for weeks. Every night, something felt wrong, like something was watching him, waiting for the moment. He closed his eyes. At first, he ignored it, tried to sleep through it. But the feeling never went away. It got worse, stronger, closer, so he stopped sleeping, stayed awake, watching, listening, until exhaustion took over. One night, he decided to record himself, just to prove nothing was happening. He set up his phone, pointed it at his bed, and pressed record. The red light blinked, recording. He lay down, closed his eyes, and eventually, he fell asleep. The video continued. Minutes passed, nothing unusual. Then, something changed. His body moved, slightly. But it wasn't normal movement. It was too slow, too controlled. His head tilted, just a little. Then his eyes opened, wide, unblinking, empty. He sat up slowly, looking directly at the camera, not moving, just staring. Then he smiled, a wide, unnatural smile. Too wide. He stood up, slowly, like something was controlling him. He walked out of the frame. The room went empty, silent. Still, minutes passed.